Now when we have done the most simple shapes, it's the next step, and that is to take an image, look at it, and see if you can copy what you see into exactly the same thing. So here is one of the references that you have in your resources, and it's a floor tile, and it's just to try to find out how should we do this one. And what I can see of it is that it's a lot of circles. So if we look at just the circles, you can see we have one circle here, we have one circle here, and so on. And the reason, as I can see it, that we get this pattern is that the circles are interacting with each other in this part here. So in theory, it should just be to create some amount of circles that go in this direction, and then just use the same amount of circles, but just offset this a little bit here. So let's see if we can do that, and we already know how to create circles. We do that with length. So we start with the Shift A, input texture coordinate. We will need more than one circle, I believe, so we use scale. So Shift A, converter, vector math, put that in, change it to scale, and we need to take the fraction part of that, so we just copy this one, Shift D, to a fraction, and connect it together, and then we can use the UV here, and then we also need to center the circles before using the length. So we use a subtract and a multiply by just copy this one. So Shift D, change it subtract, change it to multiply, connect, change this to 0.5, change this to 2, make a length. So we put that in here, length, connect it to the output, change this to render view, and we have this. And then I can change it to 2, then I have 2, and I think 2 is what we have in the top here as well. So we have 2 here, and then we have like 2.5 here, we have 2 like offset in the next. So we start with just 2, and we can then put in a less than, so Shift A, converter, math, and use a less than and put it to 1. So then we have our first circle that is like that one. And now we need to have, I think, the same pattern all over again. So I can just take everything here. I can make a node group out of it, but I can just copy this just to make it simple for us. So I Shift D, copy, so we have 2. And all I have to do really now, as I can see it, is to make an offset here. And that I do before I do all this stuff. I just change the UV by adding some subtract, and then I will get the offset. So Shift D to take a subtract from this, connect it to the UV, and I can connect this one instead. Now we have the bottom part to work with. So if I now change this, you can see that I can change it to 0.25 for instance, and then you get half, and then we have exactly what we have. See if you can see it, but we start here, and that is what we have here. Then we have something in the middle that we have here, and then we have something here, and then it repeats here. So it looks like one of the patterns. The one at the top, it looks like this, and that should be the one that is in the middle here and up here and then down here. So that perhaps we also need to move, but move it up a bit. So we can just take this subtract, copy it to this one, but instead of using this, let's see here, so we make this correct. This we should have in that direction, so 0 here, but we should have it moved down, so we put it to 0.25, like that. Then I think we get this part here. So we have that part, the half up here, and the lower down here. So if I then combine those, Shift D, no, not that one, delete. Can take this one, Shift D to copy that one and that one together, and then we can add an add. And now you can see that we get this shape here, so we have exactly what you can see in front of us here, but we have just some different type of colors. So we need to change the colors here. And what is better than using a less than or greater than, because then we can just filter out what we want and have it in like black and white here. So we take a converter and we use, let's see if I can find it, math. We change it to less than, change it to 0, or we can get up a bit. We can put it to 0.1 or 0.2, something like that. Or we can use a greater than and have it like this. It doesn't matter, it's just that if I use a less than, you already get the white here. So now we already have it, and the last thing to do is that I can see that this is type of, I don't know if it's the image that we're using or if it's the color here, but we just need to change it into some gray or brown color. So Shift A, color, mix color, put it together. We can use this one because now we can just add information here. So we can make this like dark brown or something like this. So yeah, so we have it like that. And now we have just done one of these. So what we can do now is, before all of that, add another scale and another fraction to copy and make a lot of these tiles. And now I'm not doing the borders here, but we can do that later on. Now it's just about the shape. So Shift D, copy this one here, like that, and take this away. And now you can see that we get everything to work as we would like to. So if I put it to 4, you get this. So that is how you do this type of shape. And then it's just to practice this, and I will show you another shape in the next chapter until you really get the hang of it. So see you there, and bye for now.